Pho is one of the food that when people cooking it, you rather take the long way to have the good bowl of pho, and if you take the freaking shortcut, you can get the diarrhea. So, if you don't know, pho is one of the most famous Vietnamese food in the world. Like when you talk about the Vietnamese food, pho is one of the first thing you ever talk about. So recently, I watched YouTube and I saw Uncle Roger. Who doesn't know him? He's a famous comedian, Asian guy who react to the other people cooking, and then he have reacting in at one of the uh, cooking recipe uh, in the show cooking show on YouTube by the name Rachael Ray. I have no idea who that is. The first impression I saw the photo of her is as she's a white woman trying to cook the Asian food, and especially Vietnamese food, and pho is one of the things that I know how to do it. First of all, I'm not a professional cook, okay? It's just the way I'm cooking. It's just I like the way I'm cooking, which is close to the food that I was raised among 25 years ago in Hanoi, Vietnam. And my mom is a wonderful cook, and everything I know about cooking is 99% is from her, and 1% is from YouTube. So without further ado, I will react to the whole video of the Rachael Ray try to cook pho. I never watched the whole video before. I just this will be the first time I'm watching it, and I know it will be the shit show. So let's change to the sunglasses because we will throw shade at each other. No, actually it doesn't work. I cannot see shit through the glasses. Okay, let's start.
Pho noodle bowls. We can use a base stock of anything we want.
First of all, pho's have two types. The most famous two types is the beef pho and the chicken pho. The base, which is the bone broth, cannot make from anything you want. That's the wrong choice. It's always making from the bone. Either you make the beef pho, you can make it from the beef bone, or if you cooking the pho, chicken pho, and you have to cook the making the broth from the chicken bone. That's none such thing of anything you want. That's stupid. It's like can you eat pizza without the pizza dough, like that?
Really great pho is bones roasted and slow cooked with great aromatics, and that's your base. The cheater can do
The cheater, I don't know who she's talking about. It looks like she's drunk though. And why all the white cooker on TV show, especially women, look like they're drunk when they introduce the way they're cooking.
what we're going to do right now. Fortified broth. I am literally defrosting beef stock because we're making beef pho.
Okay, for the lazy people, yes, you can use the canned bone broth to make the base of pho, but eventually just split help yourself by buying yourself a nice instant pot, because with instant pot it's only make 30 to 45 minutes to cook the pho broth. Uh, like for myself, since I owning it, it just only take really 30 to 45 minutes to make a bone broth, and I always make the broth myself. I hardly ever using the broth inside the can. Why? Because some in the can they have some weird ingredients on it that is make the taste very weird. Just so you know.
And all I did was take an entire bulb of garlic.
No, as one of my friend comment on the Facebook, pho doesn't use garlic in the broth. No, No way. Sometimes I use one or two of the clove of the garlic for marinate the beef, but actually in original way you don't need to marinate the beef with anything. So basically, no, no garlic.
Trim the end. A good chunk of ginger. I peeled it. An onion. All I did was quarter it. That's it, with the root end attached. Charred it, and I'm sliding it.
It looked like she grilling the onion, which is correct. Onion and garlic. That's sorry, onion and ginger. That's the two of the most important ingredients to make the pho broth. And you have to grill it first until the outside totally got burned. And then when you're cooking it, you peel off the cover, chop it up, and then put in the broth.
In. So now the broth, vegetable,
Even the
beef,
color of the broth
chicken,
look
seafood,
nasty.
doesn't matter,
Nasty.
will be fortified with garlic, ginger, and onion.
No, no seafood in the pho. Oh my God, what the No, no.
The signature flavors of the broth in this Vietnamese dish. Again, we're taking a bunch of shortcuts here, okay? Instead of using cheesecloth, I literally...
Too shortcut. No. Pho is one of the food that when people cooking it, you rather take the long way to have the good bowl of pho, and if you take the freaking shortcut, you can get the diarrhea.
use a loose tea bag, and I put in a stick of cinnamon, 1 fresh bay leaf,
Bay leaf. A lot of people using bay leaf. That is no, but in the traditional, the way my mom taught me, no. Bay leaf only used for when I'm making the champagne beef stew, to stew beef. There's no way you put the bay leaf in here. For what? No.
white and black peppercorn, a few star anise, and
Okay, if you go to the Asian market and you buy the pre-package of the spice to make the pho broth, easily they put 1 stick of the cinnamon, bunch of the peppercorn, and 1 anise. Only 1, okay? It's just the way if you put 3 of the anise in the pho, your pho could be end up smell like ass, for real. And it actually my mom when she taught me how to make pho, she told me no, you don't need even anise, and you don't even need cinnamon stick. No, you don't need that, because eventually if you're cooking with the really old traditional way of pho, you can make the broth smell really heavy and like too smelly, if you know what I meant. And actually you don't put right away to the cheesecloth to put in the broth. You always have to grill it first. You grill them. If you grill them first, it would be make the taste better and more flavor.
3 pods of cardamom. And then I'm going to take the shoelaces and tie them onto the side of the pot. Today I use these small steaks here. They're little sirloins, super lean. I trim the fat and I cut them across. And simply pick.
For the beef, usually I'm lazy to buy a chunk of the beef and cut it up, because when you're cooking the beef pho, there's a kind of not many way, but some certain type of the way when you cook pho. When you cook the beef, usually the most common way is either you boiling the whole chunk of them like a chuck roast, and then in the end after you take them out, just slide it into the thin slice, and you we call it one type that way. The other way is you will be cut very thin slice, and it's still fresh, like very very thin, like a paper, like a thicker than paper maybe, and then you just put it raw on the bowl, and then pour in the very very hot broth in there, and then just cook half of the way, like a medium rare kind of like that. There's no way that if you cutting the beef with a big piece of chunk like that, then hoping it will be cooking. Yeah.
Do not chop. Pick. Thai basil and Thai mint is what I have. Guess what? If you can't buy Thai basil and Thai mint, guess what you can buy? Mint and Italian basil. I also have a bunch of cilantro. I divided the whole leaves without the woody stems of Thai basil, cilantro, and mint. I had in the fridge some bean sprouts from the other day, so I threw those in. You could be a little creative if you want to throw in a little extra veg. These beautiful, literally it's...
For the vegetable, we don't call it a vegetable to eat pho. The way we eat with pho is the way, I'm from North Vietnam, and the way the Vietnam people eating pho is only two. Either green onion mixing with the chopped cilantro, and that's it. There's no freaking way you put the mint in there. It's going to be destroy the flavor. And I know the South Vietnamese, when they eat pho, they have basil and they have sprout, which is just fine. But the way I'm eating it, no way I'm putting those in there, especially mint.
It says on the package, pho, that they're designed for this. Rice noodles.
For the pho noodle, yes, you can. If you don't have access to the fresh made pho noodles, you can buy the dry package and then cooking it. There's no good way or bad way to buy one, but the way I'm buying it is that the pho noodle have a little bit thick, because some of them sell in here just a very very thin, and I don't like that.
And this particular company says 6 minutes. All right, let's start on the rice noodles. 6 minutes per hour package direction.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna give them a quick rinse just to loosen it up. Making a little nest. The classic way to do this is to put the protein in the dish raw. Simply cover it or let it steep in a deep bowl. You would need a deeper bowl than this for that to happen, okay? The way I think you're going to prefer it, I took out our aromatics, the roasted onion, okay, and the ginger and the garlic. All we have left is our bag of spice. Look what I'm doing. About a minute in, because it's going to continue to cook, take the protein and pile it on top of your noodles, okay? Now we're going to take the bowls
Too thick
and add the lime juice over our protein of choice. And then what do we do?
You don't need to squeeze the lemon juice right away before you put the broth in. Always the way, if you go to the restaurant, or when they serve pho, they put a slide of the lamb next to your bowl, like whenever you want to put it in. Not put in first before you put the broth in. Simple way.
Well, of course, we use our beautiful fortified broth.
No, it's not beautiful.
And I mean, go.
Nasty.
All over everybody. The herbs, the chilies, the bean sprouts, the meat, the noodle, everything.
Okay, and then in general, I don't think the way she cooking is too bad, but she provide a lot of misconception and kind of the not the right way to make the traditional, and the way that she introduction her recipe, she seemed like she claimed it is from the Vietnamese traditional way to cook, and I can assure you that's just no fucking way. That's just a traditional way, okay? It's just the white woman way to make pho in her way. I mean, if she say from the beginning that her own recipe, yes, it would be fine. But then she didn't. She just kind of claimed that is a traditional Vietnamese way to eat like that. And I can assure you, you went to Vietnam or went to any kind of the Vietnamese food restaurant around here in the U.S. There's no way you found the way that uh, they cook it like that. And if you go to Vietnam and cook like that in front of the Vietnamese people, you will get punched in the face for real. And I mean, the more funny about this video is if you go to the YouTube channel and scroll through the comment, that you will see a lot of Vietnamese people comment and then claiming that watching this video make them uncomfortable, and if their dead ancestor will be rolled out of the grave and laughing until they die again. So that's it, everyone. I really, really hope she doesn't make another Vietnamese cooking again. Or who knows, maybe she will. And so we'll have another reaction in the future. Bye.